Ready or not, guys, here we are. I don't know, episode 7, 8. We're here, all natural, uncut, raw. Met the homie about 2 months ago in LA. He came by. He said they were around. Tell me the story. It was 2 months ago. You guys hit me up on social media.
I didn't hit you up on social media. What happened originally, I was working out at Zoo Culture. And I was at Zoo Culture, and Bradley Martin dressed like a girl, and me and my friend didn't want to work out there anymore because he dressed like a girl and did that little bench press thing.
Here we go with the drum.
He dressed like a Powerpuff Girl or some shit, and it was just like, if that's your thing, cool, but you're Bradley Martin, you can't do that, bro. Like, if you did that, I'd probably, I just don't.
I wouldn't do that, but yeah.
No, you know what I'm saying though. So it's like, Bradley Martin, he's not the guy to do that, and he did it. So my friend was like, yo, bro, we're not working out here no more. I can't do this, and I was like, that's cool, I'm not tripping, So I was like, let's go to No Limit, bro. It's right by our shop in Van Nuys. You're in North Hollywood. So I was like, let's go to No Limit, bro. It's it's far from the house, but it's right by the shop. So we go to No Limit. We get memberships. We walk in, and who do we see? Bro. And we're like, I already knew him from social media, and I looked like, yo, what up? And he was like, you just kind of looked at us like you knew we recognized you. And then we came up, and came up to you and introduced ourselves, and you're like, hey, do you guys smoke? We're like, yeah, we smoke. We just left the shop right now. And he's like, well, bring your shit in. And we already had a couple blunts rolled up, bro. We brought him into the gym.
Yeah, because you introduced yourself as the weed?
The weed, yeah. We had our distro and all that.
I said, where's the weed?
And I don't want to say the name I don't want to say the name of that brand because we sold that brand. So that brand is sold already. So I don't want to, give clout to that brand right now. But I sold that brand. So anyway, we came in, smoked a couple blunts with you, did a couple videos. And bro, I'm not going to lie, we had a good 20-minute conversation. And this guy right here was like, yo, bro, you guys got money. And we were getting dropped off. My driver's dropping us off to the gym in a Sprinter. So, we're coming to the gym and a driver and a Sprinter dropping us off. So he's like, bro, you guys got money, this and that. And he's like, why do you look like that? And bro, I'm not even going to lie. He made me feel so stupid. And I was already feeling stupid because I used to be buff when I was 25. I'm an old head now. I'm 40. But
Let me slow it down. He's rushing through this conversation real quick. Let's slow it down. So first of all, I really don't know him. I met him, this is the second time we're seeing each other, correct? We've been following each other on social media. But as far as having anything plotted, as far as anything planned, as far as everything just happening naturally.
Natural and organic, 100%.
He walked into the gym, we had a great conversation. He walks into my gym today. He goes, bro, I want to see you if you're there. I waited for him, he showed up, he said, you changed my life. Whatever conversation we had 2 months ago, you changed my life. And I said,
and I'm not gonna lie, man, he did. He said that, bro. And he was like, yo, why do you look like that? He's like, you guys got money. He's like, you gotta look like warriors. He's like, do you know what a flex it is to look like this?
Yeah, but tell them how you look like. You changed already. So
they
came into the gym. There's a reason why we had this conversation because they represented themselves as this big weed guys going around doing all these big things. And I said, yo, if all this money and everything is great, but if you don't represent it, if you don't show it, if you don't invest it into yourself, it's kind of irrelevant. And if you have the money now, which is great, this is your next step in life where you take care of yourself, you invest into yourself and whatever you're doing in life with that body, with the changes and improvements, it's only going to get bigger and better. So I don't know how deep that conversation went. I don't remember the details, but apparently it changed his life. And I said, let's talk about it on the podcast. Hopefully it influences and it motivates, some of you guys as well.
He looked like the movie 300. And he made me feel stupid about being out of shape and being rich. So I was like, yo, this guy's fucking right, man. And my boy I'm with, he's already
What's
buff.
the concept, though? What was the concept behind it? The whole success is not just about money, correct? Is that what we were talking about? Yeah, it's part of the, yeah.
The verbiage you used at that time, you're like, bro, we all got money, but do you know what a flex? Do you know how good it feels to look like this and go out?
I never said that. That sounds such cocky like a mother.
No, you did say some cocky shit like that, bro. You did, though. He did, though. I'm not joking. This is raw and uncut. He did.
That sounds so bad. Fuck.
It's okay, bro. You have to do it, bro. You motivated. You changed my life, bro. I lost 40 pounds since then.
Yeah.
I lost 40 pounds since this guy said that. Whether he said it or not, he said something borderline along those lines.
Whatever I said. If it worked, great. I guess it did. So that's what he needed to hear.
I could do 100 push-ups now. I could do pull-ups now. I don't need no help. So whatever he said, whatever changed my life that day, here I am, 40 pounds lighter, and it's only been 2 months, man. So shout out, bro. This guy right here is real good motivation. Then
How do you feel? How does the difference? What's the difference? I mean, this is the thing. People don't. My whole preaching is that, if you're doing great now, if you're happy, imagine if you worked out. Imagine if you looked better. Imagine if you had a six-pack. If you're a model, if you're doing so many things. Imagine if your body was more capable and you were able. Imagine what that brain could have done with the combination. So that's what I'm trying to preach is improve on the mind and the body, and without one or the other, it's irrelevant.
So how do I feel? First thing noticeable right away, energy levels. I'm talking about, I feel like I'm on 100 cups of coffee at all times. It's hard to fall asleep because you lose this weight. Your oxygen is flowing
How
better.
much did you weigh? How much did you lose?
When I met you, I was 230 and now I'm 190.
Wow.
2 months, bro. 2 months.
So what did you do? What was the biggest change you made?
Working out and going to the gym, like you said. You guys got to work out, you guys got to live, do all this stuff. And then you told me about some kind of peptides and all that, and then they made them illegal 2 weeks later. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, the FDA unapproved it, so I didn't get on any of that kind of stuff. I do take testosterone shots, little shit, but you know, nothing crazy. But honestly, bro, so what happened was there's a lot of gym. I'm talking about 2 hours of cardio a day, an hour of lifting, pushing yourself till you're ready to throw up, extreme diet changes, definitely. And the benefit is, bro, you got the energy, you got mental clarity, your back problems go away. Bro, people think their back problem is a chronic issue. It's just because you have a belly pulling your back. Like, people don't understand that. People don't understand, you know, shit hurts because you just have extra weight and it's pushing or pulling a certain way, you know? And people don't get that. So all around, bro, it changes everything about you. It changes the way you move, changes the way people look at you.
Well, I mean, isn't that your life? Or what do you do? Don't you do YouTube and?
I do YouTube,
content?
I do social media marketing, and I own a couple cannabis brands. So
What's your YouTube about? Tell me about your YouTube.
my YouTube is Tweaker Hunters. Basically what I thought I had the shirt I was gonna show, but I don't. But yeah, Tweaker Hunters, basically what I do, I go on the streets and I interview drug addicts and get their side of the story. You know, why you out here, why you smoking meth, why you smoking fentanyl on tin foil and you're 50 years old sitting at the bus stop after hours, you know, it's not.
Do you see
it's
a
not
difference
normal
in how people react to you and how people, you know, approach you when you approach people, as far as the difference of when you were obese and when, I mean, I guess obese, is that considered obese? No, it's
No,
not.
230 at 6'1" is not obese,
No,
but I was
no.
overweight, 100%.
See, I mean, it's not about the weight. See, it's about how the weight looks on
There
you.
you go, yeah, because it was
Because
it
it
was
could be
fat.
230 on all muscle and it could still be 5% body fat, or
Bro.
you could be 230 and 30% body fat and look like shit.
You
you
put it
know?
like this, my belly
No,
was
I know
like
you
out
were
to here.
bigger.
Yeah, it was way bigger.
No,
bro.
you weren't obese. You were just,
No,
I was
yeah, I
just
was
trying
just-
to use the right verbiage.
No, it's good. I had no tone on me, nothing. So the way people, okay, let me put it like this: the way people I know even look at me, bro, is different. Everybody, wow, you look good. Then people when you meet, like the girls are sliding in the DMs more. It's crazy, bro. And it's just 2 months, bro. It's 2 months. So all around, it's a better thing for the lifestyle, bro.
How did you come out with the testosterone? You say you take testosterone. How'd that come up?
I started doing it. Okay, so I used to do drugs, hard drugs. I'm not gonna say which ones. From about 2013 to 2015, I developed a little drug problem. And afterwards, I got sober and I was a little fried, and I could tell something was wrong with me. And my friend, he was a personal trainer. He goes, "Hey, bro, it's like you got low testosterone. That's why you got mental fog. I knew you before this, and you weren't like this. I think you got low test." So he's the one that actually got me started on it back around like 2016-ish, something like that. And
So you've been on it for a while.
yeah, but I do like a 3-month cycle once a year. The last cycle I'm coming off of right now, I did like 6 months. And I just do it every so often just to kind of, you know, get back to my shit, you know what I mean?
And this is something that somebody told you it's the right thing to do, to get 3 months of on and, 9 months off?
No, he didn't say that. He just told me to get on it. He said, like you told me before, don't get off of it. Listen, he told me don't get off. He said stay on, but, you know, I don't know. I read all these
I don't say anything. My thing is you got to do what you got to do, whatever you need to do that. Not everybody's cycle is the same for everybody. But if you want to have a real successful or a real life when it's consistent, where you can depend on yourself and your mental stability, you can be on and off on these hormones and on these things where it definitely affects the way you think, the way you sleep, the way you react and interact with people. So, you know, you can't be running a business in 3 months of the year, you're a different person, and then 9 months, because it really does make that difference.
I get it.
So my thing is not about like never stop. It's about you need to be making this into a lifestyle where you're not on and off, which is the bodybuilding world, and which is the problem of the cycle of this never-ending loop that, you know, you never really achieve anything with. So for you to be really consistent, you need to be 24/7. That's the winning mentality, you know?
Let me ask you this. With the whole thing about, you know, going sterile and losing sperms, isn't that going to happen if you just keep shooting tests over and over? Your body's going to stop producing its own natural sperms? If I want to have kids down, I don't have any kids right now, but if I want to have kids down the line or something like that?
Listen, I'm not no doctor to have any kind of advice like that, but you know, everybody's different, and you know, there's solutions and ways of doing things. There's people like The Rock that look amazing 24/7, and he's ready for any movie anytime. So, there's ways of doing things. My thing is that whatever your grandma said or whatever your friend said 30 years ago, times have changed. Look around, ask around, do your research, talk to some doctors. There's modern medicine, there's peptides, there's wellness care where there's so much more you can do with yourself and be. And that's why you have 60-year-old women that look like 30, and you know what I'm saying? So this isn't natural. This is you figuring out what you need and adjusting and balancing as needed to be the ultimate self that you can be, because you only have one life, right? So why be old and be incompetent? Why not be your optimum self as long as you can be, and that be as capable as you can? So, research peptides, hormones, everything is essential. I mean, if you don't do it, your hormones are going to go down anyways. More than half of the guys nowadays, I say, below 30 have low testosterone. It's naturally been proven where the newer generation has lower testosterone. And this is something very interesting and deep that we've been discussing and I've been thinking about, and just having the experience with the biology in the medical school. I also thought about this fact, interesting. We're going to talk about it for the first time. We were talking about pheromones, right? Pheromones, there's hormones, there's pheromones. We have both. Pheromones is your animal scent, your being, where it triggers and it does things on the opposite sex and vice versa. You guys can research on the pheromones more to get more of the idea. It's an amazing concept that we're missing as humans. Everybody has their own scent that makes each other feel some type of way. And what the reality of nowadays is that now that we have the social media, we have OnlyFans, we have people having sexual interactions without really having sexual interactions, right? So the natural scent of being with a woman, touching and feeling and smelling, which are the pheromones and the hormones that get triggered and gets, activated and does things to you mentally, physically, emotionally, the shit that makes you go crazy, right, is taken away. If you're doing this shit on a computer, if you're doing this shit on OnlyFans, if you have your girlfriend that's not real, you're missing the pheromones, right? Pheromones is what triggers your your men being to be the men that you need to be, right? So you're not triggered to be the man, so your natural testosterone levels as to be the man that you need to be will naturally be depreciating. And maybe this is one of the reasons why we have such a low testosterone levels in our newer generations, but because we have the social media which took away the whole interaction. Listen, it's not just even about sex, it's about being around each other, interacting, hugging and feeling and touching, which every smell, every human has an effect on you. This is all created, it's energy to be exchanged. The reason why animals go around and piss everywhere or they smell each other's asses, because these things attract or detract people from doing, our animals from doing or not doing things. You can meet an ugly, not ugly, I don't want to be mean. You can, meet somebody less attractive, but for whatever reason, all of a sudden you're in love and you feel so happy and everything is in peace. You don't realize there's all these things like pheromones that they're sent, just hugging them, just being around them makes you feel in peace, makes you happy, does things to you on a mental level, which is so deep that most people won't even understand. But these are natural animal behaviors, and this is why we have smells and scents, and that's why they've created expensive colognes and cheap colognes. It's supposed to mask or to, falsify these scents to attract others. So by taking away, removing the natural touch and the feel and the smell, naturally, it takes away your body's reaction to it.
It's taking away the natural order of things.
Exactly. And one of my professors in school said, if you don't use it, you lose it. So if your body is not going to be using it, your naturally is going to be shutting down. So it's very natural and normal that all of a sudden your balls can stop working.
Bro, you just gave me a whole thing that I never thought of. The whole social media, they're losing the whole. Bro, I'm thinking it's all the food, the yellow 5.
You just asked me that question. That's why it came to
Bro,
mind.
that's fucking crazy.
You said, why is it down now than it was before?
I never thought of it like that.
I just thought about it because you just asked me that question.
Sick fool.
I've always wondered also, but hey, guess what, guys? Pheromones can do a lot of things with your mind, your body, your hormonal balance, everything. A right female or the wrong female can either brighten up your life and make the right things happen for you, where you can wake up as a superhero every morning, or you can wake up as a loser, as bum because of what she attracts or retracts to you, like, or gives to you. So having the right smells even around makes a big difference of who you become.
When you're at home on your phone looking at all these
There's no
bad bees,
smells.
there's no smells. You're correct.
There's no smells.
Now, let me ask you this. What else do you think is destroying the testosterone in today's society? Because this is a really big, I think about this all day. You see it, you know, as being my age and seeing the younger generation, you can see that this is happening right in front of our eyes. So other than just the social media and taking away the social aspect of, you know, getting the pheromones and chasing the girl and boosting testosterone levels, et cetera, what else do you think is causing this?
Well, I'll tell you this. Life is all about, you know, men and women recreating. That's how it's been for thousands of millions of years, right? Just whatever we can remember. So the biggest key has been interaction and fucking and recreating and reproducing, right? If we take away the natural aspect of that happening, you're literally taking away our way of being as man and woman. So if as a man and a woman, as a man, you both have both hormones. You have the testosterone and estrogen. We both have it. As women, they both have both also. In women, it's estrogen that's higher. In men, it's the testosterone is higher. But guess what? If your natural testosterone levels are going to be going down, your natural estrogen levels are naturally going to be going up. It's a balance that is going to be naturally happening. Guess what? When your estrogen levels are higher, you start thinking like a woman and acting like a woman, because estrogen is the woman hormone, right? And that's why there is a confusion of the genders. That's why a man will start maybe feeling like a woman or want to be like a woman, because they are becoming a woman, because their hormones are not there naturally being produced, because it's literally being taken away by your lifestyle, because that's how you were forced to live now.
And then it doesn't help when you have social media and the news and the mainstream media taking advantage of what you just said and constantly confusing the kids by promoting it over and over too. That doesn't help either.
Well, I mean, this is all being done for a purpose. I mean, if there, the whole concept of, you know, we are overpopulated on this planet. So guess what? If you can control the reproduction aspect, or if there's less men and women and there's more of the middle ground where there's confusion of genders, and you know, the testosterone isn't being testosterone enough and it's not doing what it needs to be doing, guess what? We're going to fix our population problem. We're not going to be able to reproduce, which, you know, I don't think in the real world, just like how the animals are, you know, not everybody is meant to reproduce and should reproduce. even though it's, you know, we can't really say that in now society, because everybody's equal. Just like, you know, we've equalized our human way of being, where we are not all equal. We all have our place in our society by just being animals, and we can feel that. And the sense of the hormones and pheromones being taken away, a lot of boys, you know, act more like men and portray to be alphas and such, and can pretend to be equal because they have the same like and the same comment value as me, and it's not the same.
And then right before we started this podcast in the kitchen, when you and me were talking, we were saying that social media, you know, like you said, it made everyone equal. It gave nobody's a voice. And now all these people have this opinion and they're voicing it, and that's not a good thing either. Like you said, not everybody is equal.
If somebody is here and somebody is here and we have the same voice and they have the same value of the opinion, where their like is the same as my like, their opinion is,
how does a sheep get the same voice as a shepherd? It's not supposed to be that way.
But that's
why what social media did.
That's why it takes away. It makes everybody feel equal and everybody happy. You know what I mean? And it's more of the control of it's okay. It's where you are.
Do you think a lot of stuff they're putting in the food is causing this low T also, or no?
Well, I have this belief that, you know, it's not a belief. This is what has been said for, you know, for as far as I can remember, is as you are what you eat. And if you're eating chicken and rice all day, that's all you are. And you can only have chicken and rice thoughts. I like to have, I mean, that's the reality of it. You know, it's really, you are what you eat, and whatever you consume, you're supposed to see yourself as the animal you've been intended to be for thousands of years before people came and created all these bullshit. You know, you guys, I don't know if you guys know, but breakfast wasn't a thing until 1930s when somebody came up one day and said, hey, we need to sell more shit in the stores. People are not spending enough money. We should create this new breakfast menu. Breakfast didn't exist before 1930s. Nobody ate breakfast. It's not normal to eat breakfast for thousands of years until some monkey came out for business purposes and said, hey, we should all eat breakfast. It's the most important fucking meal of the day. The Egyptians, the Greeks, everybody with all the brains who came out with all these things that we're here for, didn't think that this is essential. But now, because of TV, because of marketing, because of fucking greedy motherfuckers, we're eating pancakes and fucking bacon as the most important meal of the fucking day.
It slows you down too. Not only the other thing, not only is breakfast unnecessary, eating that early in the day slows you down, bro. If I don't eat all day, I feel great. If I eat in the morning, I don't feel so good.
Well, the idea is,
people like that.
As an animal, when you wake up, that's what you're supposed to be, right? You're just out there trying to make the day happen. You're supposed to wake up with the hunger of let's go kill and let's make a successful day. You're the hunter, right?
Yeah.
And when you wake up and you have a meal there and a nice sugar pancakes and,
and
a tart and a nice coffee for you, you already ate. There's nothing for you to worry about. You're the hunter. You got your meal, everything is set. You might even already have a blowjob or something in the morning. You have nothing to worry about. There's nothing to strive for in the morning to get out of the house.
You know how deep that gets? That gets so deep that even in the 30s took away natural order of things, bro. That's fucking crazy.
I mean, it's been set up this way. I mean, I don't know if you guys also know, chicken wasn't eaten as a meat source until about 100 years ago. For thousands of years, the people never saw chicken as meat or something that they should even consume. But all of a sudden, chicken is the #1 meat source that we use now because somebody said, just out of nowhere, that, you know, chicken is the healthiest meat that we can eat.
Chicken is low frequency food.
Yeah, chicken, it makes you chicken, makes you fucking act. There's no brain cells there. There's no complexes. There's nothing that's exciting in a chicken. And how is it for thousands of years people only saw the egg as the value, which it is, but they tell you not to eat the egg, eat the fucking chicken breast. It's the most healthiest thing you can eat. Healthy for what? The idea is for you eating to be able to be productive, so you can do something
food
with that. So if you were just consuming it without any purpose of what is this food good for, what is it really gonna do for me, then you were just a sheep. You were just trying to fucking, you know, get milked at the end of the day. It's one of the cows.
Damn.
You know, it's simple as that.
So do you feel a lot of the natural order of things, I mean, not you feel, you said, the natural order of things is fucked up since way back in the day, and that's all done on purpose?
I mean, it's all control. See, if you have 8 billion people in the world about now. If you had let's say half of them are men. Let's say 4 billion. If you had 4 billion hungry lions coming out of the house every day, the world would be a scary place. But if you had, you know, 8 million people and 4 million men, you know, as sheep coming out of the house, they're in complete control. They already ate. They know where to go for 8 hours. They know when time lunch is going to be. They have nothing to worry about. These guys are not going to get any crazy. They're not going to do anything stupid because they're in full programming of how it's supposed to be for them. So they're going to go with the program.
It's matrix programming. Even though it's not a computer program, it's the programming that society put on them, and they're following it. So it's just coded, bro.
I mean, if you have 3 meals planned out for you today, I mean, as a man, as a hunter, you got nothing to worry about. You got 3 meals coming. That's the only job you really have to worry.
But that takes away from being a man and the hunter.
But that's the thing. The hunter is more the mentality. See, you don't have to go out and hunt.
No, obviously.
It's more about the mentality of being hungry and looking for opportunities and having your eyes open. When you're not in peace, you can take a nap. And you shouldn't be feeling that way all day.
Everybody just got so comfortable that the hunger is gone, the men are not men. That's
No, it's
basically
made
what
to
it
be that
is.
way. I mean, if I tell you, if I tell you you're gonna have to have breakfast because it's the most important thing, and you're gonna start eating breakfast, guess what? I just controlled your whole life. I just made you a whole different person, and you can't do shit about it. All of a sudden, everybody in the world is doing it.
Everyone's eating breakfast, thinking 3 meals a day, all that is normal. It's not.
I mean, I used to eat 6 meals a day because they told me I got to eat 6 meals a day, and I wasn't even able to keep any weight on. Now I eat maybe 1 or 2 meals a day, and if it's like the proper meal, I'm good. I don't need to eat, and that's
What's
not
a typical
that's
meal consist of for you, bro?
some steak and some potatoes or something, some carbs. Just more red meat than anything. Try to keep it as complex as far as different kinds of red meats. Even we had camel the other day, some wild boar, ostrich, some weird shit. I mean, this is the thing. No, in LA.
Oh.
But I like red meat. I like the steak on a daily basis. I feel like as an animal, you need to kind of feel that bite and chew and the blood. Medium rare and not cooked. You need to feel the blood. It's not. Listen, guys, this is all stuff that's supposed to. As much as you might not think you're an animal. You're made to be that way. We all came from the same place, right? Or God created us. Either way you believe it, for thousands of years we went through the same shit. So there's
You're
nothing
gonna be mad
new.
when we go out to eat and I order my steak extra well done?
No, you can't order that shit. That's not food. That's not food. You might as well not eat. I mean, listen. Besides, it's not what it's supposed to be. Denatured, fire denatures protein. When you cook it so much, if the protein is denatured, it's not what it's anymore because it's burnt. There's no point for you to eat it at that point. So the whole point of the medium rare is more of feeling that animal blood, and it's deep. It's all mental shit that people don't understand. Just like the pheromones, these are things that naturally happen in your brain or internally that your body reacts to as an animal that you're intended to be. Your body is made just for you to survive. It's as long as it has food and air, that's all it needs to do. Everything else you have to put up on it for it to become more of. So whatever you make of it, whatever you put into it, that's what it's gonna become and do for you. So, being able to have good, and you can sit there and have 10 meals and eat middle of the night, as long as you're eating good food, as long as it's coming from earth, because at the end of the day, all you're doing is consuming the sun. All these animals and things, produce, fruits, they absorb the sun. You're taking the sun from them. This is deep conversations. I'm sure a lot of people could watch on Discovery Channel and get more of the backstory of understanding this.
But I think they like watching you talk about it. But they like this more though.
It's pretty deep. We can go deep. I watch a lot of Discovery Channel. I like to educate myself. It's all about knowledge, and to make your own decisions, to make your own mind up, and to figure it out for yourself. There's nothing wrong with questioning and not being part of the big society. And the big society never gets to those boats and the yachts and the lifestyles. But the certain special people who can separate themselves and think different and do a little bit different, those are the ones. So that's where you guys need to see yourselves as not part of everybody else. If everybody else is doing OnlyFans, then that's not where you gotta be, because everybody's not gonna be millionaires.
What's your thoughts on OnlyFans? What's your thoughts on OnlyFans?
It's deep, it's dark. It's
it's
black.
a dark world.
It's a black. It's a black.
As black as these outfits.
Yeah.
Very dark world, that OnlyFans there. That's what I think. Very dark world.
Yeah, we had to talk about it a little bit earlier, but OnlyFans, again, it's not for. Besides all the other monkey shit I can talk shit about, taking away the natural interaction and exchange. That's why you talk to these girls and they're so like a robot. This girl's made this fucking painting naturally. It just ended up here. I didn't even plan this. And it says OnlyFans, wow, hot, human, and then it says robot. Like people are becoming robots where they just want to have sex just to have sex. We had somebody else the other day talking about, if I can get money for having sex, well, I'm gonna have sex anyway. And why the fuck wouldn't I do it? It's because, guess what? the whole pheromones. That's why you're the trash that you are. That's literally what fucking becomes. It's you fuck up your mind and body in so many different ways by confusing. Do you like this or you don't like? You go against your own body's reactions and beings. Just it's not just opening the legs and having that whole experience. It's what it does to you before and after and how you feel. These girls that sit there and are crying and sad about, how how the guy never called back and whatever, because there was nothing real there. They put themselves in situations where it's not real. They're living a dream of forcing things happening by fucking the sex and hoping for a miracle to happen. And if it's not with the whole pheromones and the feeling and the touch, I don't give a fuck how much money you're getting paid. You're gonna feel like shit, you're gonna be trash, and you're just gonna become a prostitute just like you are, because you can't be having sex without feeling and touching and doing all these things, and the interaction shouldn't be based off of social media.
Do you think it's a lie, all these girls that say they're making so much money off this shit?
I think few girls are, and a lot of girls, they just like to talk and share information and get excited. Everybody's looking for that magic miracle situation. There might be one or two girls who are making $1 million or two, like the Cardi B's or whatever I read about, but there is 2 billion other hoes that are doing it, and every 2 other billion hoes, one of the billion hoes are in Miami, and they're all competing for the same client base. They're competing with the same client base, and they're charging $29.99, 50% off, $14.99 special Black Friday, fucking $9.99, and then they're doing favors in the back end, sending underwears and fucking taking.
So basically, they're like a monkey or a sheep.
They're prostitutes entertaining monkeys.
There you go.
That's the better word, because there's no way as a human with any respect should be having anybody telling them, I'm gonna give you $5 or $25 or $5,000 and you're gonna give me your used underwear, or you're gonna do some type of weird shit for me because I'm gonna make you do it, and you're gonna do it for money. I mean, if it's not selling your soul to the fucking whore world of devils and everything, then these bitches can't say shit. They can't talk. It doesn't get worse than that. I mean, money. And then, that money never becomes anything more than until next time, and it becomes a habit of you're just trash, and then there's nothing positive ever gonna come out of it, no matter how much fucking money you make.
Vicious cycle.
The more money you make, the longer you do it, the deeper you're digging yourself into this fucking hole that you're never gonna come out of. At the end of the day, you're mentally fucking yourself and doing things so fucked up that your mind will never let you be in peace. Even if you meet the most amazing, even if you're put in the most, perfect spots, nobody's gonna give you the right look, the respect, the opportunity, or the value, because you don't. You know what I'm saying? You can't expect somebody to give you respect when you don't respect yourself.
That's very true.
It's simple as that.
I feel the same way, like what you just said. If you don't respect yourself, bro, you're selling your pussy, you're showing your ass, even a guy showing his dick, whatever, on OnlyFans for $15. Come on, bro, that's not respecting yourself whatsoever at all. You're 110% right on that, bro. That's the way I look at that too. You don't respect yourself if you're doing that. You're sending some fucking weirdo your used underwear, your used socks. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah, dude, this is the thing.
What would your grandma say if you told her that?
I don't even want to be hearing these stories. I don't want to be knowing these stories. I don't want to understand the 1999 and like the mess. Like I don't want to know, because I don't want to know that world exists. That world is not for me. That world I don't belong in. That's not where the reality exists, and that's not what's gonna make you anything more than a fucking monkey. I don't give a fuck how many bitches you look at, how much money you have, how many bitches. I don't give a fuck. Once you put yourself in that hole, you're just gonna fucking be stuck in that hole. That's it. And
also, another whole separate thing is, once you're labeled as an OnlyFans girl or one of those type of sex workers or whatever the hell you want to call it, that stigma sticks with you, bro. You're not gonna find a good man that.
Well, I don't give a fuck about the stigma. It's stuck in your head. you're a hoe for the rest of your life, and you can't lie to yourself. You can lie to anyone.
Damn, bro, that's deep. You just said some deep shit right there, bro.
That's the thing. At the end of the day, you know who you are, and you're never gonna be in peace with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And even if you are now feeling good about yourself, karma is a bitch. You know, it's not, you know, for the bigger picture, you know what I mean?
I'm a firm believer in the karma. What you put in is what you get back out 110%.
It's just, well, it's just it's a sad world. In that whole world, I don't want it to exist for me.
I wish it didn't. How do you explain some shit like this to our dead grandparents, huh? How would you explain to your grandma right now?
Well, you want to talk about fucking control? That's control. Talking about taking away human interaction, talking about fucking making fake be reality, fucking making people get paid not to be what they need to be. Like some weird shit. Like these guys we talked about the other day in LA also with the bodybuilders that a lot of guys are missing testosterone. They should all get checked. Guys, female can make your life or can ruin your life.
Correct.
And a female can come into your life and make you feel like a superhero, like you're just the king of the jungle, you fucking about to take over, you can wake up with a smile. And this could be because she's beautiful, this could be so many other things, but all that shit fades. The hormones and the pheromones really have a big value of how your body reacts and how you wake up and who you sleep next to and what they give off on you will determine your behavior moving forward. So all of this is an exchange. So it's really hard to have an exchange with the whole world and be able to have an intimate situation where there's gonna be any value present for you to exchange at that level with that person.
You need to write a book. That's a whole episode right there on it. Damn, bro.
Listen, we're talking about shit and it just makes a lot more things start to make sense. You know, and this testosterone thing is really a big deal, guys. Please check into it. And if you're confused about your gender, your sex, if you're having wild thoughts, all these things could be fixed by a single shot or a couple pills. Maybe you could take not even testosterone. There's experiences that I've had with other kids that I've recommended where some balls boosters to get your balls working again. Because again, if you don't use it, you lose it. And if your body is not going through the right functions, it's gonna shut down. And you know, not having enough testosterone will make you question a lot of your reality and will definitely hold you back from being able to be the man that you need to be in the real world. So this is a real conversation. You guys should take it seriously and definitely look into it.
One more thing I want to add to that before I forget is not only does the low testosterone or the hormone levels affect, you know, gender or confusion or these wild thoughts, it might not make you a weirdo thinking weird thoughts. It might just make you depressed. You might wonder, why am I so depressed? Why do I have no energy? Why am I so tired? It could just be because of your hormones as well. Not even thinking gay thoughts or, hey, you know, you might be thinking this or that. Because no, like there's people that are depressed, that hate their life, that sit home all day because they don't have their testosterone levels checked. They don't have their hormones checked. And that's also causing, you know, depression and other things that is going on in the world.
Well, yeah, because you're not going to feel like the man that you need to be or the man that, you know, you would want to be because you naturally don't feel that. Even though you look like a man, if internally you don't feel like a man, and the testosterone is the biggest determining factor if you're gonna feel like a big boy or if you're gonna feel like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. It's that simple.
No, this is science. This is science.
This could be anybody that, even if you don't know, fucking somebody jumps on juice, they start taking testosterone, all of a sudden they start fucking talking different and start acting like they can take over the world. It's just that simple. That could just like this.
Well, the first time I took a testosterone shot, 2-3 days later, bro, I felt like God, bro. I never felt no shit like that in my life. I swear to God, bro. Now it doesn't make me feel like that. But that first time I did that shit, bro, that first few cycles, bro, that shit is insane, bro.
Well, I mean, especially if you're coming from a low and you're going to increase it to where it's supposed to be, all of a sudden you're going to feel the real effects of being a man and what you need to be and how you're supposed to think. Guys, it's not just about looking like a man. You know, all these hormones definitely also affect how you think and how you react and how you feel. And a lot of these hormones that gets offset gets replaced by other hormones, and a lot of these hormones are not for you. if your estrogen levels are higher, and your estrogen levels might be as high as your female, your partner, you're gonna be having fights and doing things and talking
You're in
about
a lesbian relationship at that point.
and you know, it's weird and wild and it's super deep. But this is something.
And it's designed and engineered to be this way. That's the bad part. That's the worst part. It's designed and engineered to be this way.
Isn't it crazy how everybody is on testosterone? What is it called? TRT? TRT. Everybody you talk to, they're not taking juice, they're just on TRT. How'd that happen? They fucking all of a sudden realize that there's no testosterone left in the world, and testosterone clinics are the #1 solution for everybody, and everybody who takes it actually feels better. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I don't know one person that took it and didn't feel better, including myself. And then now, you know, they want to start regulating it like they did with the peptides, how they banned all the peptides and all that. You know, my doctor that I get my testosterone from, I go through a real medical doctor, a real clinic and all that. And he told me that they're trying to regulate it now because he gives me my needles, he gives me my juice, and I just take my month supply and I go home with it. They're trying to change it to where he has to administer it to you at the clinic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so just like how they banned the peptides and shit 2 weeks after I met you, now they're trying to control all that shit too. For the same reason, they don't want men to be men. They want everyone to be like a blob.
Listen, we can't make excuses. Before these clinics existed, everybody was buying their juice on the street. So there's a solution for everything, guys. Stop in excuses, you know. Like I say,
no limits, no excuses, right?
But you got to do what you got to do to, you know, the problem, everybody has a problem. There's going to be a bunch of problems. The thing is that you need to figure out the solution to these problems. That's what makes you successful or not successful, is to be able to overcome. And to make excuses of my genes or the doctor or the clinic or the what the fuck are you making excuses for? You got to do what you got to do. I mean, you already know.
And it probably starts with you are what you eat, because that's the first thing you learn when you're a kid, bro. I remember that shit in preschool or kindergarten. That's how long I remember.
Well, it's the same concept with the whole testosterone shit. So if you don't have enough testosterone, then you're not going to be the testosterone-driven man that you need to be. If it's not in you, then it's not going to be in you. You're not going to be. So it's food, whatever is not in you, it does not being consumed or becoming, then it's not going to exist. It doesn't matter. Like, this is why there might be so much confusion, guys. I don't know if we're onto something, but we might be.
I think we're onto a little bit here. And then it's like, do you remember now, remember in the 90s and 2000s, how many men used to look like you?
Yeah, and that was the vibe. That was
the vibe. Do you get what bro, do you remember that? Like in high school, looking buff and crazy was the thing, bro.
That's what you wanted to do.
That was the whole 80s. That was the whole 90s. That was the whole 2000s. Spring break, bang bitches, have fun, look good. Like, and that culture doesn't exist anymore. Like now some people like, oh, I don't want to work out. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, you know, it's like society, something is engineering and pushing it all backwards.
Social media. That's all it is, because you don't have to go to the gym to fucking, you know what I mean? People
you can look at the gym now.
No, because, you know, you can, before we would go to the gym just to meet people, just to fucking fuck those girls, just to be around these people. Now you can access these people on social media. You can pay most of these girls that you can't even talk to at the gym. They'll have OnlyFans. You can pay them and have more chances with them on OnlyFans than you would be in real life.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
You get what I'm saying? Unless you're going to be the man alpha walking into the gym and being the man and getting the attention and doing it for free like you should be, and most of them are not. It's the easy way out. It's like, yo, let me just go check it out on Sony. What's your social? What do you know what I mean? That's how people fucking interact nowadays, because they don't even see the chance. And the girls, you know, monetizing and making it into the business, every one of them has social media because they know there's a bunch of monkeys who want it. And the social media has made every one of these hoes a celebrity in a way where, you know, there's a lot more guys that would want it than in the real world, or would have access to it. And a lot of these guys that will never be able to do it in the real world, in the real life, now they can, you know, for $19.99 they could do it and they can feel better about it.
Or half off Black Friday special,
Right,
$9.99.
yeah. Make that money, make that money. I don't know how people think that $19.99 is gonna make them the millionaires that this, you know, they believe that other people are making. Because,
well, like you said earlier, you said that they put these people there to say they did that just to get all these other monkeys to follow along. And
the dream.
Yep.
And then you have one monkey come and do a special offer deal
'Cause I'm not gonna lie, I don't see these OnlyFans girls with Ferraris and houses and APs on their wrist or none of that, you know?
Because most of them, you know, the manager fucked them over and took it over. They're gonna go to a new management.
And it's another vicious cycle. And there's another vicious cycle right there.
Management, you know, the managers.
Fuck, man.
Managers don't know how to manage this because, you know, in reality, it's not supposed to be there. It's not supposed to be managed. And in reality, this isn't, you know, this isn't what it's supposed to be or is intended for.
But it's only getting worse. So what, is there a fix? Or just keep spreading the good word and trying to motivate people, or, you know, because this is not getting any better. Society's getting worse and worse. You can see from the 80s till now how bad
I think
it's
this is the cleansing.
The cleansing?
Let the weak die.
Man.
Yeah, and listen, you know, whatever they're doing it for a reason. There's
That's
very
correct.
much overpopulated people, and there was a lot of people who were having, you know, kids that they shouldn't have had. Not that I'm the one to say, but
I have a lot to say about that, but I'm not gonna say it right here.
yeah. So
I have a lot to say
you
about
know,
that.
but that's the reality of things. And now that we, you know, we have to confuse and change dynamics. Why is there more divorce now than ever? Because people are confused. They're worried about what the fuck, you know, what's going on, and there's how many opportunities do I have because, you know, there's so many people following me now, and there's so many people liking my pictures. I may have a better, you know what I mean? It's just, it's a monkey show where nothing is real, and it's almost impossible to be able to have monogamy. No, that's not even real. It can't even, it doesn't even exist.
Monogamous relationship.
The world is fucking fucked up. It's gone. It's been denatured.
And it's just gonna keep getting denatured. That's the difference. Until, like you said, the cleansing, or I don't know if there's a higher power that's gonna come down and fix shit. I don't know what it is at this point, but it's getting a little intense.
Well, that's the thing too. I don't know if you realize, I mean, just being a business owner, because of this, there's no real workforce anymore. Like the real
100%.
businesses are the real ones who are suffering. And if it wasn't for the immigrants coming into this country without the papers and, you know, without the hustle, we wouldn't be able to run half of the businesses in the world, especially in America. You know what I'm saying? Just having the common workforce where, you know, $15, $20, 25 bucks it's hourly wage. It's almost impossible to live on that wage, being the circumstances how it's you know how it's provided now. And there's people that are forced in a way, maybe they're not forced, but having to do all these other jobs, you know what I mean, like OnlyFans and such, but which are the people who are supposed to be having these common jobs, and it's like I said, it's almost impossible to find people who are willing to work and do whatever is necessary.
Good help is the hardest to find right now. There's always that term, good help is hard to find. Right now, good help is the hardest to find.
No, there's no employees because
There's
these people
nobody.
rather sit home. We just had a conversation. She said, I would never 9 to 5. I mean, I work 9 to 5. I mean, I put in my time and effort into different things. I'm not saying work 9 to 5, but you need to not be afraid of having jobs and making money in the real way. And selling pussy is not a job. And like I said, there's no respect in that. And if you can't see more for yourself, then you can never become more than that. So the real jobs are necessary to make you develop. That's when you learn. That's how you fucking become. That's how you evolve, by having these different experiences and jobs. And
So you learn people skills. That's how you learn job skills. That's how you learn
overcoming
money
fucking
management
problems.
skills.
You know,
Yup.
fixing the problem is not sell your pussy OnlyFans. Fixing the problem is that, yo, what else can I do? What other jobs are available? Maybe we should look elsewhere. Maybe we should, you know, learn something new so that we can, you know, make more of a life skill and, you know, have more of a purpose in life. Because what am I really accomplishing? I'm not really, other than selling pussy, there's nothing I can offer in the real world that can have any value for any business or anyone. And that's just a sad reality. That's just a sad reality. Most people can't get past that. And, you know, especially coming from a different country and whatever, not having the education. But that shouldn't be an excuse, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's more about how you perceive things. And, you know, it's always the easy way out, but the the whole key with the whole chess and in life is to be overcoming problems and to be finding solutions and find your next move that's actually going to make things better for the big picture of getting that checkmate, not fucking let me just pay this month's rent by sucking this dick too and we'll worry about the other dick tomorrow. Like,
or finding some sugar daddy to pay your rent every month.
but
or
you're
some
still
weird
sucking
shit like
dick
that.
for it.
No, it's all a weird cycle of shit, bro.
That's the thing too, though. We would just being able to like unnaturally be with people. It defeats and it kills the whole natural human being, and it kills your natural.
Your social skills, your persona, the chemicals inside that
Exactly.
have
The whole
reactions when you
interaction.
interact with people. Yes, when I'm talking to you or him or somebody, there's chemical reactions, electrical impulses, all kind of science that I can't explain going on inside of you. And you're right, you're losing it. Like you said, use it or lose it. When you're on social media, oh yeah, okay, you're looking at it, but you're not using it. You're just looking.
But
at
if you're forcing yourself to be sexually in situations that you wouldn't be because your body won't allow you to, now you're just the fucking, it's just this deep. It's deep shit. By the way, we got this gift today by my friend on social media, owner of Emilia. There's some good tequila.
It's really good tequila, no lie.
It's a nice gift. Thank you. Appreciate it. It's been a chill vibe the whole night. I said we'll talk about it. It's actually really good.
It's
It's an Armenian guy. It's an Armenian guy that owns it, and I'm proud to say that. This is our people doing big things. There's more than OnlyFans out there, guys, and it's all about being creative. And if everybody's doing the same shit, then you got to do something different. And
Is it an Armenian in LA?
I don't know. I don't think he's in LA, but he hit me up on social media. He's an Armenian guy. He wanted to show me love, and we're gonna show him love. This is beautiful.
No, it's actually good stuff, no lie. Really good stuff. Been drinking it all night.
Very smooth. Anejo. Did I say it right?
Anejo.
Some Spanish person's gonna come make fun of this shit.
Someone's gonna talk shit. Oh, well, you can't please everyone, man. Everyone's got something to say these days.
So what's the plan now? You're gonna continue this fitness journey?
Well, the plan is, the fitness journey that's locked in, bro. Feeling like this, and honestly, it's not even the way you look; it's the way you feel. And that's the difference. It's not about looking in the mirror and being like, "Oh yeah, I look good." No, bro, your whole mindset changes, your whole body changes. The way you're fluid, your fluidity changes. Everything about you changes. So that's what it's really about. So yeah, I'm gonna continue the fitness journey, and like I was telling your producer of the show earlier before we got on here, right now, I'm literally living my dream. I did everything I wanted to do, and right now I'm at a little bit of a standstill because I don't know what I want now, I had this,
You were
and this.
just telling me you're coming to Miami, so you know.
Well, yeah, okay, but yeah. Actually, I'm ready to leave California. I've been living there for 8 years. I'm ready to leave. I live in Malibu, and I'm ready to get out of there. Not that Malibu sucks. Malibu's probably one of my favorite places in the world, probably the best place in the world, if you ask me. But the rest of California is hell on earth. So living in Malibu. And the Calabasas area, Westlake Village, Thousand Oaks, all of that. Like outside of that, everything is shit. I mean, it's destroyed, it's garbage. So it's like, living in those little areas is not worth staying in that state and dealing with it. So yeah, I'm thinking about moving out here. I don't know, just kind of try to figure out the next move, man. Money's coming in good. Got income coming from a few different streams. Everything is good. But what's the actual next move? What's the end game? I don't know yet, and I'm trying to figure it out. Guess you could say that.
End game.
There's no end game.
End game is when you die.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest. When I first saw it, I was telling your producer, bro. When I first saw Instagram in 2012 or 2013, I said, "This is what I want." I was a loser at the time. I was on drugs at the time. Okay, I made my first $1 million at 26, and then in 2012, 2013, got with the wrong girls, this and that, got a drug problem, blah blah blah. Then I remember I seen the Instagram and I said, "This is what I want. I want to be popping on this. I want to make money off this." Boom, boom, boom. And now I make money off YouTube. I make money off Instagram. I make money off fucking weed. I make money off selling promotions. I make money off running a marketing company. So everything I ever wanted to do, I'm doing right now. So I got.
So yeah, you were hanging out with some big people. You were hanging out with some people in Miami. You came and visited.
Yeah, I was here with Scott Storch. Actually, when I leave here, I'm going back to Scott Storch's house right now. I'm doing a little bit of work with him. Before that, I was in Houston, Texas, doing some work with TSF, Sauce Factory, on Sauce, baby. Sauce Walker and them. You know what I'm saying? That's my people right there. Shout out Peso. Shout out Big Who. But Yeah, so I'm thinking about moving I'm not thinking about moving to Miami. I'm almost set because my friend I'm out here with right now, he's moving out here next month, and it's the vibe out here is right, the people out here are right, the police are actually enforcing crime, so I could walk around with my jewelry on and not worry about getting robbed or killed in the middle of the street or followed home.
No, you should be worried.
You should? Yeah. It's bad out here? It's bad out here?
You should never feel comfortable.
No, not that. I mean, more comfortable. It's not like, is it as bad as LA out here? Be honest.
I don't know. I mean, you should never feel comfortable.
Okay, I respect that. That's a good
simple.
answer.
Like, don't get comfortable. You've just been visiting. So.
Okay, but let me put it like this. Right now in LA, nobody's wearing their jewelry because everybody knows what's going on. Out here, I see tons of people wearing jewelry. So that's
it's all
the
fake,
difference.
that's why.
All right, so, okay, I get it now. So they're not getting robbed because everybody knows it's all fake bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you a question, bro. You lived in California a long time, and now you're living in Miami. Do you see a difference in the people out here and out there?
Big difference.
Okay.
It's a whole different world.
Can you enlighten me on this, please? Like, what's the difference?
Well, I mean, just the community itself, right? You have the Latin community on the other side. You have more Armenians in LA. We're talking about. You have the Armenians. You have the Mexicans. You have the mixture of everybody else. Over here, it's all South Americans. You have the Cubans, Colombians, Venezuela, and maybe a little bit of white.
There's no white people out here.
That's about it.
There's no white people out here.
Just from that alone, Mexicans are Mexicans. They're whole different people. The way they act and they talk and how we used to each other. Armenians and Mexicans, they get along. In LA, it's perfect. Everything is beautiful. The way they interact and behave with each other is completely different than how South American. I mean, I don't fit in here. There's no Armenians here. I'm an outsider. You know what I mean? You're an outsider. Yeah. You can't speak the language.
I'm white in Miami right now. I'm the minority.
There's
out
so
here.
many Mexicans in LA. I never felt at a place, or I never felt I had an issue with communication. In Miami, I feel at a place where I feel weird in a way, not being able to speak Spanish. It's good to come out of your comfort zone. It's good to come out of your comfort zone. I'm learning Spanish. I don't care. I'm gonna learn Spanish. But my thing is, it's pushed me to learn more and want to be, more evolving into other cultures.
So for you, it's beneficial.
I don't mind, but you know what I'm saying? I like the fact of being able to evolve also, to be around people who are evolving.
That's what I'm saying. So for you, it's beneficial. You like the growth, you like the development, you like seeing it, the difference.
Of course, I want to be part of it. I'm growing with it. I want to, the growth gives you growth. Everything around you is always growing, so it's very essential to be around growth. And like you said, there's no place in the United States right now that's growing like Miami is.
Miami's crazy.
And that's what
right
brought
now.
me here too, is the whole growth. I came and I saw so much growth. I said, just being here, I'm gonna grow. And I've grown as a human, as a person, in so many different ways by being able to understand and realize the differences. You could tell just where somebody comes from, and what they think, and how they feel, and why. And you can understand it's not just South America, North America. Every one of these pieces is different, and it's all unique, and it all teaches you something. And it's a nice melting pot, but there's a lot of cockroaches where they come to this country and they all trying to fuck each other to take what's yours instead of putting in the time and the work. And that's what you really have to worry about when you say you have to worry about the jewelry. You become a target. There's a lot of people that are hungry and they all want the dream. A lot of people, they come to this country, watching Scarface, thinking they're gonna come in and take it. There's a lot of
Chico and everything.
A lot of fake people, trying to pretend and act, and that's why you got to be careful with what's around you. There's not nobody's really your friend. They're all trying to see what they can benefit in a way, and which is completely fine as long as there is a mutual exchange of some sort of value. And that's not really the case. That's like I said, when there's a lot of people who are coming and trying to develop and take from you, it's really hard to be able to keep on giving and be able to learn or get something in exchange, because there isn't much. The only time, like I tell people, come and tell me, they want to help me or how they can help me. It's that first you need to evolve and become, and then you got to understand this. And if you're not doing all these things, then if you don't comprehend the concept of all this, then you can't help me. And until you become, you can't. So it's, and I want to talk about your sunglasses.
What about them?
You always wear them?
Sometimes.
I have an interesting concept.
Let me put it like this real quick to answer your question. Hold the thought about the interesting concept. I wear the sunglasses when I know I'm doing some social media stuff. There's your answer.
No, it's not about that. I don't care. It just brought me, something I want to talk about. A lot of people like to wear glasses and sunglasses. I'm all about it. I love sunglasses. I have maybe 12 pairs everywhere. It's just what I realized in life. It's all about perspective, right? It's all about what you see and how you see things. And having the right pair of sunglasses could literally change your perspective in life and how you see things.
When you're looking through the buffs.
See, there's cheap glasses you can buy from the gas station. There's glasses you can buy for $150 at the Gucci store, or I don't know. And then there's the glasses you can buy that are polarized. There's so many different levels. And buying a pair of $500 or $1,000 pair of glasses that are polarized and putting them on compared to something you buy at the gas station or something that's dark, where it's literally going to make your life dark. It's literally making everything darker, and that's your perspective of what's in front of you, the life that you're seeing, and that could determine and change how your mind and you perceive.
I get it.
So I put on my polarized glasses and everything looks brighter and more colorful. Guess what? Life is beautiful. It's better than what the reality. It makes me feel better by putting them on.
Okay, 'cause it
and
makes
putting
the colors
something
more vivid
exactly.
and everything.
And I
Yes,
put a
yes.
dark glasses on and it takes away all the shine and the glare, and especially if you have some scratches and it's all fucked up. You're literally like fucking up your brain.
Because your perspective, your
It's
circuits, your receptors are all
Yeah.
yeah.
See, this is the shit people don't.
This is deep shit that people don't know, and they need to really pay attention to this, especially the youth. 20, 25-year-olds, 18-year-olds, they really need to pay attention to this.
But this is
because
the shit that people didn't know, like nobody talks about. See, because everybody wants to sell the $5 glasses, everybody wants to sell the 50. There's people for everything, but just understanding the concept of having dark pair of glasses, a cheap pair of glasses, and putting that on, no matter how beautiful your life is, all of a sudden you made it darker than what it is. And that affects your fucking whole mind.
I actually had a pair of Cartier glasses I had custom made from France, mailed to me to the Beverly Center in in Beverly Hills. I went and picked them up, paid $5,000 for these custom made Cartiers. And I said, I want these lenses, and they made me a pair of lenses that nobody had. I'm the only one in the United States with these lenses. They had them, you could get them overseas, but they were only one. And they were so dark, and it just drowned everything out. And I get what you're saying. So it's a whole thing. So I had $5,000 glasses that drowned everything out. I couldn't even, if I was in the club, I couldn't see you. I was literally looking at just all black. So no, it's a whole perspective thing, but like he said with the lenses, you got to get the right ones. Doesn't matter if they're $5,000, because I had $5,000 lenses that were dark. Couldn't see anything, and like he said, it fucks up everything, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, those are things you should take into consideration. I mean, if you buy a dark pair of glasses instead of buying pink, your life is pink and more rosy, and you see things. No, it literally.
It is though. No,
you say, it's all about perspective, right? It's all about how you see things. It's all about your views. Talking about views, you can literally change your views on life literally by changing your fucking glasses. You can have a brighter day tomorrow by buying yourself a pair of sunglasses. Literally. And all of a sudden, you might have a brighter day, you not even realize it was the sunglasses you were putting. Like, it's that simple sometimes.
No, it is. It is.
And these are shit you don't think about when you out there, everybody's pushing shit on you. When people say Fashion Nova $14.99 is the same as Balenciaga. No,
But
it's
that's
not.
not true.
Bitch.
Do you know the
It's not.
chemicals in that $14.99 shirt? Do you know the formaldehyde that's getting in your pores off that $14.99 shirt?
I don't give a fuck. It's not the same.
It's not the same, but that's what I'm saying. All that cheap shit is made with some
it
crazy
makes you
chemicals.
feel
It's no
different.
good.
It's different. It's different. You feel different. You act different. You talk different.
And everyone
You
else
feel
perceives it different in a different way that's beneficial
And the
for you. And that's the
$14.99
truth.
is being worn by every other monkey around you. And guess what? You're not different than the rest of
And,
them.
and I'm not gonna lie, watch that Balenciaga and see how many times it lasts versus that $14.99 shirt.
Well,
The
that's
$14.99 shirt's gonna come apart 2-3 washes. That
You're not
Balenciaga-
supposed to wash Balenciaga. You're supposed to dry clean. And this is what I realized when I take care of hoes and I buy some shit. I realize this is the funny part. Dry cleaning these expensive clothes is more expensive than the Fashion Nova than these bitches are buying. Like each one of these pieces is $40, $50 to dry clean. So most of the time, these girls can't even afford So they play and they get all these gifts, but they can't keep them. They don't know how to take care of them because they can't even afford, and they don't even understand the concept.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you
cashing
something
out,
else,
baby.
bro. Your dry cleaning bill for this, over the time you have this, is costing more than what this actually cost you. That dry cleaning bill, $50 every time. 10 of that is $500. No, 20 of that is $1,000 bucks.
these
So
are
the shirt only
things-
costs 800. You get what I'm saying? So you're
No, I
paying
know.
more to keep the maintenance on it. But no, the only reason I do stuff on dry clean, but a lot of stuff, bro, cold water wash, then hang dry, and it's perfect. You know what I mean? But
Good to know.
yeah, good to know, I swear. But man, bro. So what's gonna happen with the world right now, bro? What's going on with all this?
But life is beautiful. You know, we just gotta be real and we gotta be honest. And
Organic.
Organic as possible. See, a lot of people try to put a picture, an image. We've been doing and talking for the past, I don't know, couple of weeks just naturally. And we're just being real and honest. Nobody can come and say otherwise, you know what I mean? If there's anybody who wants to talk about it, they can come talk about it. But, you know, the reality is reality, and I think that's when we're in peace, where we could be real and we could be honest with each other and calling each other on the bullshit, and we could be honest about the real shit.
Speaking of calling each other on the bullshit, that's one thing that the people watching us have to understand too. You know, you have to tell your friend when he's wrong. You have to call your friends out on the bullshit, right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You have to. Constructive criticism is an important part of healthy relationships. In a relationship with a female or with your homeboys or your friends or your family, you have to be able to say, hey, bro, you're fucking up. Hey, bro, you're doing this. Hey, bro, you're doing this. And then you got to be smart enough, the person taking that criticism, to not get all emotional about it and be like, yo, he's right. You know, hey, he's coming down on me type shit. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. Most of the time, by the time you try to teach somebody the lesson, by the time you're finished being the bad guy, by the time they learn, they already hate you. But they learn that lesson after it's a little bit too late. It's one of those, by the time you learn, it's too late.
And they feel too stupid to say you were right.
It doesn't even matter. It's too late.
It's too late. It's too
That's
late,
when
bro.
you go to the next one. That's when they take that lesson. And that's just life, you know what I mean? Everybody comes, you know, everybody's temporary. Everything is temporary, you know what I mean? You enjoy the moment, you make the most of it, and you understand that this is the time for this. This is what we're doing. And, you know, whatever God brings you next, whatever's meant to be, let it be. There's no reason to
believe in God?
force. Of course I do.
Yeah, I do too.
God is everything. God is what made everything happen. It's God. There's a reason why we're here. It's God. You know.
That's how
There's
I
a
feel.
reason why you're here. It's because of God. Like there is a reason why you came into my life and we had a conversation and you changed your life. Like, you know, that's not, you know, some consequences.
Really
You know,
did too. That's the crazy
coincidences.
part. I met this guy and I was like, yo, fuck this. I'm a bum. Not even a bum with my money, just my health. That's what it was, man. This guy right here, motivation for real, for real.
But that's the thing. A lot of people don't realize is that money isn't everything. And a lot of people that have money feel that they have power or they have some sort of alpha qualities or they can act or attack a certain way until they come around where somebody who's a real alpha be like, yo, what are you doing? And money is not relevant at that point because that's the animal kingdom of I don't give a fuck how much money you have. I know who I am. I know who you are. Sit in your place.
Speaking of animal kingdom, natural order, things like we were talking earlier, when did this all start, that they started destroying the natural order? Was it the breakfast in the 30s? Was it before then? When do you think this all started?
Well, like I said before, you can't have a bunch of alphas and a bunch of hungry animals running around.
Or else the world
And this
would
is an interesting topic. I'll tell you guys. A lot of people don't know this. This is an interesting topic I want to talk about. This is kind of racial, but we're going to talk about it because this is ready or not. I don't
Let's
give a
do
fuck.
it. Let's do it. I'm ready.
I know there is a lot more blacks and Hispanics in jail than anybody else, and this is like stats and facts, and people talk shit because blacks are this and Hispanics are that, and you know Armenians get mixed somewhere in the middle with the with the color and everything. In reality, darker your skin, the more natural testosterone your body produces. So let's talk about it. Let's be real, okay? This is a known fact in science, okay? So as an animal, if you're higher testosterone than the rest of the people, you're going to be more of an animal. You're going to be more wild. You're going to be more of the alpha and the man. So you're going to be doing more of this kind of shit, where you're going to be out there hunting and killing and And I'm not talking about real killing, but you're gonna be the alpha out there making shit happen. Where when you're making shit happens, and you end up in jail. And that's where they want to
Ooh,
keep
that's
you
fucking
in
deep.
control. And this is why it's not their fault. They're naturally are born that way. But the society can't control these people because they have higher testosterone. It's natural animal behavior. They want to be animals. They're going to be animals because that's what they're made to
It's
be.
science.
Yeah.
At this point, this is science. This is not social stigma. This is not racism.
No,
this
there's
is
nothing.
fucking science, bro. This is fucking
So
science.
let's not
You're right,
talk
the
about
dark-
that. Let's talk about the fact that it's not because they're black or Hispanic, because of anything else. It's because they're naturally more higher testosterone than anybody else. So they're going to be naturally more wild and doing more crazy shit.
Why does the darker your skin give you the higher testosterone?
Something with science. I don't know.
Something we don't know, right? All right. Science.
I mean, it could also be because, you absorb more sun. Again, it's...
And the sun gives you a lot of energy. Maybe
Sun
it's
is
too much
life.
energy. Yeah, maybe
sun
it's
is life.
sun
Sun
is
is
life.
everything.
How often do you go in the sun, bro? A lot?
I try to go every day.
Every day?
But sun is what it gives everything in the world life. Correct? You understand?
The sun and water.
Sun is
those
the
two
strongest. Fuck water. Sun is the most powerful source of energy that exists that we know. And it makes everything become alive. And they tell you to stay away from the sun. They tell you to fucking wear those cheap ass glasses.
Yes.
So you can fucking prevent the sun from being absorbed by what you need.
They tell you to wear fucking sunblock that gives you fucking cancer. Right on CDC.gov, 93% of sunblocks that are sold in regular stores are carcinogenic and can give you cancer, but they still fucking tell you to put this stuff on to block out the sun. That's what's crazy. They don't want you to have that sun. They don't want you to have that natural energy. They don't want you to get that vitamin D that boosts your brain and your mental.
It increases your testosterone levels because you're gonna get darker, which is, listen, just because you're not dark, you can get darker, right? You can get a tan.
Right from the sun,
And
for free.
guess what? People who have a tan look better, are more attractive than people who don't
All
have
day.
a fucking tan. Guess what? That also increases your testosterone level, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, your confidence level. Tan makes you look good and feel good, but it's not just the tan. There's a lot more to it. So there's so much more science, but then guess what? They also told everybody not to get tan anymore because remember they banned the tanning beds and they said,
Yeah.
no, not everybody. And this is going to cause cancer.
cancer.
I don't know anybody who's died from fucking cancer from being a tanning bed or going to the beach too much.
I don't think
People-
I know anybody that's died from fucking skin cancer. I know people that have got it, but they never died. I mean, at the end of the day,
But people who go to the beach are the happiest people, right? So
they look the best too, and they look the best. They look
so-
the best, and they're the happiest. You're right. Look at all the island people, everything. Yeah, you're not lying, brother.
And they tell you to stay away because it gives
They don't want you to be in a
you
good
more
mood.
power and it gives them less control.
So really, it's all about control until they can just take over at the end.
It's not about that, bro. You got to understand. It's not even about that. Nobody's trying to take over nothing. You need to understand there's 8 billion people that need to be controlled.
And that's what it's
How
about.
the fuck are they going to control 8 billion people if there is no some sort of order or some sort of
They're doing
way
the
of-
best job of it right now.
They're not.
don't
It's,
think
it's
so?
a big mixture of bullshit right now. That's why there's so much confusion and genders and different states being different ways and corona. They're trying to figure out. It's more of like a reset right now. I feel like we're in a place where we're trying to reset the whole dynamic of what we're trying to accomplish. You understand in the beginning when they created, you saw family dynamic where you get married, you have a family, you take care of, you have 3 kids, you have 4. Everybody was like, how many kids you're gonna have? How many people are talking about that? Nobody wants to have kids.
Nobody's talking about it now.
Yeah. Everybody's like, fuck, I don't want to have that. Maybe that bitch is pregnant again. Yeah, that's the vibe now. Before it was like, yo, how many kids are you gonna have?
Of course,
Before
I
it was
can't
like,
wait to have another kid.
Yeah, I want 3 to 5 kids. That was my shit because that was like all about. So that's the dynamic that we were born and raised with. Because when they created that dynamic, we needed to have population. Because at the time, with the wars and everybody going and killing, they needed to have a lot of boys. They needed to have soldiers. They needed to have farmers. So they created this whole family. Even though the kings and the royalty were fucking whores, they were fucking 15 other people. They made this whole monogamous family sit down and fucking raise your kids and create a workforce, create a
That was their version of control
soldier.
back then.
No, that's what the world needed at the time. There was no control. This is what this is where we're going. This is what we need. We need fucking farmers. We need soldiers. We need fucking
Oh,
go
I
to
get
war.
it. I
We-
get it. Okay, my bad.
So
Yeah, yeah,
this,
I get
this
it
is
now.
what was created.
I get what you're saying.
So now, when we're overpopulated and we don't have enough food, we don't have enough space. Now we got to take the dynamic away because that's not what we need anymore.
We have too many farmers. We have too many engineers. We have too many people.
So now we need to figure out the new dynamic of how the fuck are we gonna keep this balance of being able to keep the world evolving and not having this issue again where we come to a perfect place where the trees are happy, the sun is happy, everybody's happy.
And then now you got the AI and the robots taking over the jobs, so now you really have a bunch of useless people running around.
Unless this is all a whole matrix and we're just sitting there talking and acting like this is real.
Honestly, I think that, honestly, bro.
And this is all irrelevant. And we're in a pod giving off energy.
Honestly, sometimes I think that, bro. Honestly, I think we're those people on the circuit board. You know, when you look in a computer and you see the city of the circuit board, I think we're those people right now, and we're just the little programs, boom, 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 and somehow we have our own little identity, bro. Who knows? It's fucking weird, bro.
Listen, you know, we try to be as positive as possible, give us positive of a message, and try to, you know, maneuver through all this as best way as we can, as creative way as we can, and having more of a purpose in life and enjoying, you know, the I guess the finer things in the life and process of it, you know.
It starts with you are what you eat.
You are what you eat.
It starts with you are what you eat, man.
And your perspective is as far as you can go.
And don't wear cheap sunglasses.
Yeah, so you can see further and better.
And brighter.
And see how your life changes just like that. So if you want a new fresh start, fresh new day, get a new pair of sunglasses and change your whole view of everything.
And get a little bit of sun, and maybe just hit the gym. You don't even have to go hard.
Get a pair of sunglasses, go to the beach.
There you go. Yeah, fuck the gym.
Take some fucking photos.
Yeah, start with the sunglasses, the beach, and then
see
maybe...
how your life changes just like that.
That's true, though, bro. When you go in the sun, you feel good, I swear. I swear that's the truth.
There's so much science behind all of that. The waves crushing, creating negative energy, which absorbs... We'll talk about it some other time. There's so much science.
Oh, man. Fucking...
Too much knowledge. It's okay.
Too much, man.
Too much.
Philosopher
Break
over
it
here.
down.
Philosopher
Too much
over
Discovery Channel.
Is that what you do in your free time? You sit and you watch Discovery? Lots of Discovery?
I like to watch animals. That's my thing. I like to tap into the animal being.
Tap into the real world, the earth, what we came from.
Yeah, like I want to understand life on the animal level.
Sick fool. Thanks for having me on, brother.
Good to have you, bro. I'm glad it all worked out. Let's go. Till next time, good to have you guys. Peace.